Welcome to a podcast from Beneath. Tonight we'll be discussing the 1981 American Werewolf in London. As always, I'm joined by Billy,
How's it going?
so stick around as we discuss this movie. Tonight we'll be discussing the 1981 American Werewolf in London. As always, I'm joined by Billy,
How's it going?
so stick around as we discuss this movie.
Believe what? That tomorrow night, beneath the full moon, I'll sprout hair and fangs and eat people?
You'd be surprised what horrors a man is capable of.
Are you all right now?
I don't know. I'll let you know the next full moon. I'm a werewolf.
You're gonna change. You'll kill people. You'll become.
I know. A monster.
David, don't lose control!
Control? What control?
David, I can help you.
No, I'm not safe to be with. You gotta stay away from me.
All right, so American Werewolf in London, directed by John Landis, written by John Landis, starring David Naughton, Jenny Auger, Joe Belcher, and
Griffin Dunn.
Griffin Dune. Griffin, is it Dune or Dunn?
Uh, Dune, probably.
Dune. We'll go with that.
So, this is what I consider this is the best werewolf movie ever made.
Greatest werewolf movie ever.
Yeah, like, no one's topped it.
The only one in the running would, I guess, would have to be The Howling. But this right here, this one here is my favorite.
Yeah, because it has the best transformation scene, man.
Ever. So when did you first see it?
I don't know. I was a child, probably almost 10 maybe or something. And rented it from a movie store. And, well, my sisters did. And we watched it. And, man, it didn't really scare me. Like, it didn't scare me, but it was awesome. Like, it was a really good movie.
I can remember the first time I seen it. I don't remember how old I was, but I know I watched it on HBO. I remember because I stayed at my grandmother's and she had HBO, and I remember staying up, and of course it came on, so I watched it and just fell in love with it the first time that I saw it. And then I remember staying up past that and watching Body Double, which came out after that. But yeah, that's the first time. That's the first time I've seen it. I know I was a kid, so whatever year it premiered on HBO would have been the first time I've seen it.
Did you, like, knowingly know that it was coming on HBO, or did you just so happen to, like, just
It
come
was
across
just
it?
no, it was just I just happened to turn over there as it was coming on. Like I watched, from the beginning.
Yeah.
I'd never even heard of it before, didn't know what it was. It just happened to be coming on as I was watching it.
Do people still, like, use TV guides? 'Cause I remember, like, being younger and, like, knowing, like, a horror movie's gonna come out. Or, like, it was, October, and you, like, looking it up, seeing, like, what movies are gonna be played. Now they're just always shown,
Right.
like, on TV or something. But yeah, American Werewolf in London, man. John Landis, I'm pretty sure this might be his only horror movie that he ever directed. I don't think he directed anything else or related.
I don't know if he did. or I don't know if he done anything else horror or not. I guess so, unless you want to count the Thriller video.
Oh yeah, he did direct that, didn't
Yeah,
he? He
pretty
mostly
much,
did comedy.
pretty much everybody that worked on American Werewolf in London worked on that video.
Yeah,
Rick Baker even done the special effects for it.
man, Rick Baker.
Oh, he done the Twilight Zone movie. He was a producer, I guess.
Did he do the Thing? I don't know if he
You
did
talking
or
about
not.
you talking about the Kurt Russell thing?
Yeah, did Rick Baker like do that? Did Rick Baker do the
No,
Thing?
that was Rob. I can't remember his name now.
I think okay, I think I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name either.
Rob Botton, I think is his name.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, he was Rick Baker was originally going to leave American Werewolf in London because it was taking so long to get it done,
Yeah.
and he was going to go do The Howling,
Oh shit.
and then I guess John Landis, after he talked to him, convinced him to stay on and do American Werewolf in London. So then Rick Baker turns it over to Rob Botton, which is his name, and he's the one that ended up doing the visual effects for The Howling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's the one that I think he's the one that worked on the thing.
Oh, okay. You know, this movie was made. Uh, its budget was $10 million, and its gross worldwide 60 million. So it definitely made some money back.
Oh yeah. Um. So like the way the movie opens, obviously we just have our two main actors walking. No, they're in the back of a truck, right?
Yeah, they're in back of the truck with
With the
sheep.
sheep. Yes. And they're asking the I guess they're trying to get to a certain place. Um, Proctor, I think is what it was called. And of course, the guy's telling them, go this way. And
Stay away from.
this is the first time we hear, keep off the moors,
Yeah,
stick to the road. And then they get to the slaughtered lamb.
that bar looked so shady.
Yeah.
Everybody's
and,
all quiet.
and of course, this is where we learn more about, not learn about what's going on, but
Know that something is going on by the way they're
something is
acting.
going on by the way the bar patrons are acting.
Yeah. And was it the bartender, the woman? She's like, we can't let him go.
Yeah, because of course, once they leave, of course, I guess they make everybody mad because of the just asking about the pentagram. When they ask
Yeah.
about the pentagram, everybody kind of stops, and he makes that guy miss that dart. He never misses.
Yeah, he never misses. I
um,
haven't missed in 30 years.
yeah, so they're basically told to, not really told to leave, but they leave. And but again, they're given the warning.
Yeah. And then they regret, like, like they after they send them out to their deaths, they're like,
Well, I
we
was
should have
looking at
stopped them.
yeah, well, I was looking at just reading up on the movie, and I guess some people think that they were that they the Jack and David were sent out there to lure the wolf in so that these people could kill the wolf.
Yeah, because they did eventually. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like as I guess the question was, why do they even go after them? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After they run them out of the bar, why do they follow after them?
Well,
And
maybe because like they felt
that was
bad.
just one of the theories. But
Yeah.
yeah. Somebody else said because of the I guess the barmaid, I guess makes them feel bad, and they go after him. But I kind of like the idea of they were using him as bait to hunt down the werewolf.
And you really never hear like the background of the first werewolf that we see in this movie. Like after that, he's like, it's done.
You never hear what?
Like you think about the first werewolf, like when he becomes human, like who he
Oh
was
yeah,
really. Like you don't get his story.
no,
No,
so they're they leave the bar, they're walking, they realize that they have left the road, and then now that they're on the moors,
yeah, and they start like making fun of the people. They go, steer clear of the
the
moors.
road,
Yeah, like,
yeah.
ooh, so that's scary.
But then that's when they start hearing like
The
the
howl.
howling, yeah,
Yeah,
and it's like,
it
and
freaks
then of
them
course
out.
it seems like it's circle them. And of course, they're trying to get back to they think they'll just go back to the slaughtered lamb. And they're like running really fast. and then something hits. Um, who's it hit? Jack or David?
Jack fell, tripped or something.
Yeah, so like he hit something, and then so David goes to like help him up, and that's when the werewolf comes in and attacks him.
No, wait. David fell, right? No, Jack fell. No, David
Yeah,
fell,
David
and
fell, and
then
then Jack's trying
Jack
to
picked
help
him
him
up.
up,
Yeah, okay.
and then
Yeah,
the wolf comes in and
attacks
knocks him
Jack,
over. Um,
and
and of
David
course,
runs.
yeah, and he takes off running,
Lost my
and then
best friend.
I talked about this scene in another episode, where Jack's being killed by this werewolf, and I got to give it to the I'm going to give it to Griffin on the acting of the you just I mean you feel for this guy because he
Yeah,
knows that he's dying. You know what I'm saying? And he's like,
getting ripped apart.
yeah, he says it. He says it. You know this. Oh my God, he's killing me. You know, and he's like screaming for David to help him, and I think that's what makes David like run back towards him.
And then
Um,
it's kind of too late.
Too late now. He's torn to shreds, feathers everywhere
Yeah.
from his jacket, and then that's when he gets slashed across the face. Um, and then the of course at this time we don't know what it is, but it gets shot, and then he looks over and he sees the a naked man laying there
Yeah.
with the and of course that's when you figure out that that was the werewolf.
And then he wakes up in a hospital.
Well, he has a dream first, right?
Oh yeah,
This is
yeah.
this is like our first dream sequence when he's I guess he's dreaming that he's back home with his family and
Oh yeah.
they're I don't remember what they're
For those
watching
people.
like TV and his mom's cooking, younger brother and sister are like playing a game, and there's like a knock at the door, and his mom opens the door and just gets blown away by a werewolf Nazi.
Yeah.
And of course they come in, they kill the whole family,
They
set
slit.
the house on
Which one do
fire.
they get the? Which gets their neck slit? Is
He
it
does.
David? Oh, David. Okay.
Yeah, he does because I guess he's sitting there. They're holding him
Yeah.
still while they kill his the family and set the house on fire. Then they slit his throat, and that's when he wakes up.
What a wild dream.
Yeah, but I think they tried to. I didn't want to talk about the sequel,
Yeah.
but I think originally not even part of the sequel, but I guess in the storyline of this movie, I guess the bloodline that he of the werewolf that he's part of was supposedly been Nazi experiments, and
Oh.
so he has like the memories of like
Every.
all the
Yeah.
previous werewolves going all the way back. So that's why he's having like these
Crazy dreams.
these weird dreams involving these Nazi werewolves. Yeah, so that's when he wakes up in the hospital, and Yoda is there with him, Frank Oz.
Yes. Frank Oz. I said this is the only other movie I know. In like of course, Star Wars and then this.
Yeah, of course he does the voice for Kermit the Frog and or Miss Piggy. I think he does Miss Piggy.
I do both actually.
And
Probably.
yeah, and then they're both in this movie they're being shown on TV. But I guess he's supposed to be like some kind of
Doctor.
ambassador, like not
Oh yeah.
ambassador, but like a liaison between like London and or he's there his Jack's parents sent him there or something. I can't remember. And then this is also when we meet Nurse Alex Price, played by Jenny Augert,
Alex Price.
who, when I watched this movie, I immediately fell in love with.
Oh, she's beautiful.
And we don't really know that if she's gonna be like a main character or whatever, like at this point.
Yeah, she
Um,
could just be seen one time and that's it.
yeah, because there's a scene where she comes in, and it's like she's trying to wake him up, and she opens the curtains, and then here comes like another Nazi zombie werewolf thing that's like stabbing her in the chest. And then he wakes up and he's still in the hospital. So he keeps having these like weird
Brutal,
dreams. Yeah,
brutal dream.
brutal, and they're weird. And I think what
Yeah.
makes it I don't know. Because they don't cover any of that in the movie, like in the movie at all.
No, they don't really go into detail now.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're cool scenes, but
They're kind of out of place.
yeah, out of place, but they still fit the movie, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm not complaining that they're in there or complaining
I
that
could
it's
go
like take
without
it.
it. They don't matter. I could take it. Like,
Yeah, but I just think they're really good scenes.
yeah, they're
But
done
it just makes you wonder if was he planning on doing another
movie.
movie? Yeah,
I don't know because it made so much money that if he wanted to, he could probably make it.
right. But I just
He
don't
might
like I
just
said,
want to get more.
they're just really weird scenes.
Yeah.
That, like I said, fit the movie. Um, but they're kind of like I don't want to say they take you out of it.
No, not at
Uh,
all.
but I guess another thing could be is like maybe they're there so like the first time that he sees Jack in the hospital, it maybe you're thinking, well, this is just gonna be another one of these dreams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he just
Because he's already had
yeah,
these
he's
other
not
two.
seeing his best friend like corpse
Right.
right there.
Yeah, because yeah, Jack shows back up
And
in the
his
hospital.
makeup is good.
This makeup is this is like the best makeup right here.
Yeah,
As far because you can
so
see
good.
like they don't there's not I don't know how they done it without because obviously they're just laying they're they're putting it over his face and his
Yeah,
neck, but it matches, like it doesn't look like there's an appliance there.
no,
You know what I'm
it's
saying? Like
very
his
detailed.
yeah, and the skin that's like the chunks of skin and meat that are hanging, they've got like this wiggle to them.
Oh no, it's just so well done, dude.
It is. I mean, it's just flawless looking, and there's no. Of course, we'll talk more about it when we do the first transformation.
Yeah,
But it's in a well lit room. There's nothing. They didn't have to hide anything in like shadows or darkness.
no, there's
It's
no
just
need to.
all right there, and it looks. I mean,
Fantastic.
I've never seen anybody with their face ripped open, but I'm gonna go and say this is probably what it looks like.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how real that it looks.
just yeah, dude. It's the whole. This movie's just flawless for me. It's everything.
Well, there is one thing I have a problem with.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Um, and I guess they kind of they do this in a lot of movies. Um, he's known this woman for how long do
Um,
you how long do you think he's in the hospital before? I mean, I know that it's
maybe a month,
you think it's a whole month that he's in the
or maybe
hospital.
a month or something. It's not that long. 2 weeks, 2 weeks to a month.
All right, and like she takes him home, right?
Yeah,
And like they're like now they're all of a sudden a couple. But I guess you have to do that for movies. You can't, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, maybe British
Just to get
people are just not
yeah, just to
easy,
get
but
the
like they
storyline
like
moving. Yeah,
yeah.
just to get the storyline moving, I guess it's you can say stuff like that happens. But that's like
From
the only
first
thing
learn.
that but I always hate that in any movie when it's like um today I was watching Night of the Comet, right?
Yeah,
And the main character meets up with this guy and it's obviously one night, right?
yeah.
And like the next morning, it's like they're in love with each other, and it's like it doesn't happen that way.
No, not at all. If
But I
you're like
get
a
it.
kid, yeah.
Yeah, I get it. To move the story along, that's fine. But yeah, that's probably that's like one of the only things that bugs me um about this movie would be that.
I mean, I always thought it was weird that they fell in love so quickly, but like, I guess that could be a flaw.
Right. Yeah, so I'm sharing my screen right now. If you can look, this right here is the appliance that they put on for his face.
Oh man, so well done.
and you can see like
It's like detailed as
muscles and
yeah,
tendons, and it just looks amazing.
it does. It's very painful if that really happened to somebody.
Yeah, so he's telling David that he is it, it it's a
In
really good
limbo,
scene. It's
pretty
a really
much.
good
Yeah.
scene. Yeah, because he's trying to tell him all this stuff like, I'm in limbo, you're going to turn to a werewolf the next full moon.
You have to kill yourself.
The only way to stop it is for you to kill yourself. That'll get me out of limbo. But also there's the other conversation of him telling him that he went to his funeral. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he went to his own funeral.
Yeah, and all these girls there were crying and all this.
He named one of them, like one of the girls. Like even she was crying.
Yeah. But it's just a really good scene. Once you get past the shock of like, this guy's missing half his face and neck. Um, but with that little banter between the two characters was it was really good.
They had really good chemistry together.
Yeah,
Really good chemistry. And the guy that plays it was like Griffin Dunn or Dune.
Dune,
He's just
Dune, something like
yeah,
that.
he's just hilarious throughout the whole movie.
Yeah. Um, so I guess does he have another? He has his like I guess his last nightmare while he's in the hospital where um
The nurse comes in.
no, this is the really weird one. This is the one where
He's in
he's
the
ru- he's
field.
run yeah, he's running through the woods naked. Um, and he sees himself laying in the hospital bed out in the middle of the woods. Then he sees her like walk up to the bed, and then he's got like he's it shows him as like his skin's all blue.
Yeah,
He's got like you know sharp teeth, and like he like opens his eyes, and I think it's the same dream where I guess he like killed a deer.
he was eating it.
Yeah, was eating a deer.
Yeah, that was his last crazy dreams. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any more after that.
Yeah. So then, of course, they go home. They have sex in the shower, as you do with someone you just met 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, whose wound is like healed very quickly, right?
Yeah, like I said, I don't know how long he was in that hospital. I mean, you assume it's been a month or two, but I guess just I don't know, it just kind of seems weird the way it plays out, I guess.
He's never really like really want to go back home.
Right. Yeah, like
Yeah, he's like
he's
maybe he's in some trouble back home.
probably. So then I get so that night, um, Jack comes back again, and now he's even more decayed than he
Yeah,
was before. Um, he's pretty much like all of his skin is like now kind of grayish looking, and the wounds are kind of dried up, and he's still trying to convince him
to kill himself.
that he needs to kill himself so he
Like you're
doesn't.
going to kill somebody if you don't.
You're gonna kill other people. You're gonna make more people like me, is what he's telling him.
Yeah.
And of course he doesn't believe him.
What did he say? With the guy who plays Jack, he said, "Have you ever?" Oh no, never mind. I was thinking of another movie. I think it's I was thinking a line in Ghostbusters. I thought it was about like, have you ever talked to a dead person or something like that? Like it's boring. Or did Jack say that?
Yeah,
He
that
said
would that
something.
yeah, that was in
Oh,
this
okay.
one.
Okay, I didn't know if that was Ghostbusters.
No, it was in this one.
Have you ever talked to a dead person? They're boring.
Boring, yeah. So like he's trying to convince him. So then the next day, I guess she goes to work. Now he's just hanging out by himself in the apartment, and he's bored.
Oh, he's reading a book.
Yeah, and he's like I guess no, he's not bored. He's waiting for this to happen because he knows that this is going to happen. He knows he's going, and he's just the anticipation of waiting for this to happen if it's going to happen, right?
Sick. Yeah,
and
he's
he's
like,
just sitting
he's,
there,
he's
and
like,
he's
oh Jesus Christ,
yeah,
it's hot.
yeah. And then he starts. And I think that's when it starts.
Yeah,
Like, when he says it's hot, and he like rips his sweatshirt off, right? And
yeah,
that
his
and
shirt
that's
off.
and yeah, and that's when the transformation starts. And this is the greatest werewolf transformation ever put to film,
Oh no.
because he's in a fully lit room, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's bright. There's no shadows. There's nothing. He's not hiding behind. There's no, half of it doesn't take place behind the couch or behind a turned over coffee table. It's just him, middle of the floor, fully lit room.
and this transformation seems like it hurts.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it. It's more because when you think, I guess if you think about I guess before this though, every other werewolf movie was just the guy, the werewolf would just grow facial hair, fangs, and
Yeah,
claw.
what
You know what I'm saying?
wasn't painful at all.
Yeah. Whereas this is he's transforming into a werewolf,
Yes.
right? So we see even like I guess the first thing that we see that's like really amazing is like his
Mhm.
hand. His hand grows.
And he's staring at. He's like, oh.
Yeah, and it's I mean it's in camera. That you can tell that it's not his hand when you go
Yeah,
back and watch it, but it's still in camera. This hand at in the middle of the palm is like from at that point is like growing, like
yeah.
separating, and and the fingers are, you know, going out.
Oh man, just painful. It's painful to watch, but I'll watch it every time.
Yeah, and then the foot, his foot does the same thing. And I thought the foot looked better because it didn't look like it was
Plastic kind
it
of.
yeah, it looked like a real foot that was like
Yeah.
that was growing. And then of course, then his face. Well, I guess the next thing is his back. His
Oh yeah, it
his
started like
spine. Yeah, his spine like looks like it
yeah,
grows bigger and like starts popping out, and then he rolls over on his back, and it's like a
yeah,
full um I guess the only thing that's real in that scene would be like his arms and his head, but it's like a full body like werewolf. And like and of
yeah,
course they do the hair. They do the hair too, which was just they done it in reverse where they had all the hair threaded, running through
yeah.
the prosthetic, and then they pull it out. They pull it back in, and then run the film in reverse. It looks like it's growing out.
Which was a very smart idea.
Yeah, and then of course the last thing is like his face, his
Stretching out.
the
That
stretching
was
out,
like one of
yeah,
the best
like
things they did. Yeah,
the like I said, because he's not going to be just a wolf man. He's turning into a werewolf, so he gets
yeah,
the dog snout, pushes out of his face. And like I said, it's done in the full lit. They're not hiding anything in shadow or anything. It's all right there.
yeah. Because they had faith in their abilities to make a great transformation scene, so they didn't really have had anything or
Right.
makes them look better.
It does. Yeah. So this right here, let me share my screen again. There, there's how they done. Like he was just in the floor,
Yeah,
and then that's all like a fake prosthetic that lays all the way up to his neck, and his arms are real. Just amazing. Just it's amazing the stuff that they could do with that.
I wonder what it looked like they recreated again with practical effects by the same people. How awesome would that be?
Yeah, I know.
Probably
That's why.
better.
That's why I don't want to talk about the sequel. I guess we'll
Oh
talk about.
man. You know, as a kid, I liked it, and then when I got older, I was like, "That's a terrible movie."
I never liked it from the time they said they were making it. Because
I was like, "Terrible."
when they said they were making it, I was already such a huge fan of this movie that I was like,
It
please
wasn't the
don't.
same people.
I know, but it's bad.
Yeah, it was. It is bad. I can't believe I liked it when I was younger. What is wrong with me?
Yeah, so after he transforms, we get the first, I guess, his kill scene, and this right here is probably one of the creepier.
Was it the subway?
The subway.
Yeah.
It's just it's one guy, and the way they
He's getting
I don't know if
caught.
they filmed
Yeah.
this with like um it almost looks like they filmed it with a fisheye lens.
You think so?
Yeah, here's a picture.
They
So it
might
has
have.
like so that if you see that screenshot there, so this is like I guess the wolf vision.
Yeah.
This is the wolf, him chasing this guy down, but that looks so claustrophobic.
Yeah.
I mean that it almost looks like that guy's gonna run out of headroom.
Yeah.
And he's
And
just
it's
gonna
just
be and he's gonna be
creepy.
trapped right there, like there's gonna be nowhere else to go. Um, I don't know if I can find the picture of the but whenever he's going down the escalator,
Oh
and
yeah.
then you just see like the head of the head of the werewolf like getting ready to like come out.
Ready to
I
mess
think
them up.
it's right here. Yeah, this right here. Because that's all you see. This guy is going down the escalator, and you just see like that
The
wolf
wolf.
coming out from right there, and it's so creepy
It
the way
is.
they done that.
He's
I
like
mean,
just basically stalked the dude like for a good minute.
yeah, and then but he just in this one scene. I mean, this escalator is basically carrying this guy straight to the wolf, and it's so far away. I mean, if they would have done this today, it would have been they would have been the camera would have been down there on the floor. But
Probably.
this the way they done it here is I don't know. I thought it was
It would
creepy.
have been like a face to face with it now. Like
Right.
you see
A
the
lot of
person
shake. Yeah,
scared
a lot of
face
shaky cam. But
and
this is,
then
I mean,
the werewolf.
you don't see this guy get killed,
No.
but it's still one of the like creepier death scenes, I guess.
It's gory, but then it's also not gory. Because like
Yeah,
some of the kills is like you don't really see anything.
yeah, I would say the goriest scene would be the whenever Jack gets attacked at the beginning.
And the dream scene.
Yeah, with the but for some
The
reason I
first dream.
always yeah, the first dream, but I always thought that to me that always came off more as comical than it did.
But the
Just
dream
because
or
the first dream, because
oh, okay.
the mom opens the door and they like mow her over, like they shoot her with like a machine gun, but it blows her like 30 feet back. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like it's kind of more comical and I guess at that point you realize okay this isn't really happening. So for some reason it doesn't seem as I mean I know they basically killed two kids with machine guns, but it doesn't have the same impact
Effect.
that
Yeah.
opening scene had with when they first get attacked.
Then all right, so the guy dies in the subway, and where does where does he wake up? Isn't he like wake up naked in a park or something?
No, he's in a zoo,
Or is it?
and he's in the wolf cage. He's in like in a wolf cage
Yeah.
with and he's completely naked.
And then when he leaves, he grabs a boy's what, balloon or
Balloons, yeah, a balloon, and then I think he steals like a woman's coat.
and the boy's like, "Mommy, I'm a naked American man stole my balloon."
Yeah,
And then he tells Alex. He goes home, right? Or
yeah, he goes back to her house, right? And I guess she was like looking for him too.
he tells her, I think, right?
Yeah,
And she like kind of wants to believe him, but she's like, "Oh, this guy's crazy."
right.
And then, while this is going on, isn't the doctor from the hospital doing his own investigation?
No, there's two cops show up to the hospital to talk to the doctor, and this is like one of the dumber scenes because the I guess one of the cops is supposed to be like really stupid
Yeah.
and clumsy, and like while the doctor and the other detective or whatever sitting there talking, he starts knocking like bedpans and stuff over in the background,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he's like trying to put them all back. He's like trying to, I guess it's like a set of like pans that kind of fit inside each other like nesting dolls, and he's trying to like figure out how they go back in there, and just and he's making all this like racket.
That's John Landis. He's got to put some his brand of comedy in it.
Yeah,
It says I don't remember this, but it says here on IMDb about it. It says that Frank Oz is Mr. Collins and Miss Piggy. Like he did Miss Piggy. I don't
yeah,
remember.
because I think they were on a, I think she was like on a TV, like on a TV somewhere,
Oh, okay.
and I guess they, but I think if you look at the credits, if you look at the all the credits, I think her and Kermit are both have credits for playing themselves in this movie.
So the cops visit what's his name, Mister. What's the guy's name? The doctor's name.
I don't remember what the doctor's name was. Dr. J.S. Hirsch.
Okay, so the cops visit him, and that clumsy doctor or that clumsy cop is making a lot of noise. But what do they come to see him about again?
The they're I guess the investigating the subway.
And the doctor, I don't think he tells them about David, or does he?
I think he I don't know what they, I can't remember what he tells them, or if he doesn't tell them anything at all.
So, but after that, it pretty much is when Doctor does his own digging.
Right. Yeah, because he asks the
Nurse.
yeah, because he's asking her like I guess keep an eye on him, ask what what he's been doing or whatever.
And he goes. The doctor ends up going. He ends up going to that pub.
Yeah, yeah. No, does the doctor go, or is it just the two detectives?
It's the doctor. The doctor
Oh,
goes
okay.
because he. Yeah, I don't remember the cops after that. Yeah, it's the doctor. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think the cops don't show back up again until till the end of the movie.
But he goes and he buys himself a pint. And I honestly can't remember who he talked to. Which of the bar people he talked to. You remember who the doctor talked to in the bar?
I think it was just that main. I don't know if he's probably gonna be listed
The
here.
barmaid,
Yeah, no, there was like the main guy that I guess the guy that told the Alamo joke.
the chess player.
Yeah.
I don't even think he gets a. Yeah, I don't think he has a name. I think it's a chess player.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what they talked about though.
I guess he was just asking about like
Oh
what
yeah,
happened the night of
about
the
the.
attack.
Oh, that's right. Then after the doctor does a little bit of investigation, then what comes up next? Is it David? She goes back to David and that girl, right?
Yeah, I guess he's telling her what, I guess what happened.
And he's like, "You think I'm
And
crazy?"
yeah, then I guess he like runs away or something.
Yeah, he leaves.
And then I guess he kills that next is when he kills the couple.
Yeah, he kills a couple. But doesn't he go on a?
Yeah, he kills the couple, and then he kills the two homeless guys.
Yeah,
And then he's trying, so then like after that, that's when he's trying to get like himself, or he's trying to get arrested.
yeah, he's trying to get
And
arrested, or
he's like
someone to shoot him.
yeah, he's trying to get arrested, and he's like telling the
I'm a werewolf.
yeah, he's
I'm a werewolf.
so he starts screaming, he starts saying that Prince Charles is a fag.
Yeah,
Which at the end of the credits, they had to put like a big they put like a big apology in the credits for that.
trying to get arrested. And
And
they
then
take
that's
him.
when he sees, well, that's when he sees Jack, and now he's like way worse than what he
Oh,
was
he's like a
before.
pretty much posed, isn't
Yeah, because he follows him to the theater.
he? Yeah. And then all those people
Yeah,
that
so
he's
now it's
killed.
Jack, and it's all the other people that he's killed are now sitting here trying to convince him to kill himself. And they
I
actually have a discussion about what would be the better way.
I thought the funniest ones were the couple.
Cheery, even though they're like
Yeah, they
she's
were
dead.
cheer. Yeah, And then
like
the
a
first guy he killed on the subway
neck
was
ripped
just,
open.
he's pissed.
Um, yeah, they're like discussing what what would be the better way to kill yourself.
He's like, "Come on, David, you gotta do it." I'm like, Jack just looks terrible.
Yeah. And of course, while they're waiting, I guess while I guess he's been in there. I guess he's been there so long now that it's nighttime again, and he starts to turn into the werewolf.
And this is when he just goes,
And there's like a porno playing in the background, which was the first thing they filmed.
and
Was the fake porno.
he kills. Who's he kill? How many people does he kill, Matt?
I know there's like and I guess he kills. There's like maybe somebody beside of him, and then like a theater attendant comes in with like the flashlight,
Oh, sorry,
and like
he's eating the guy.
he's eating the guy's like his guts, and it was pretty good special effects too. I mean, the guy's guts spilling out, and that's what he was eating. Um, and of course, I think the theater attendant runs out, and that's when he shuts the door, and
Doesn't
then that's
somebody's
when
head roll out of the theater, or am I thinking of something else?
no, that happens later. So now I guess it goes out like now it's nighttime
Yeah,
when we cut the outside and they go out he's got the door shut and he's saying there's a monster or whatever in there, and everybody shows up, and then this is when our two investigators show back up, and
the MVPs of this
yeah.
whole movie.
And then he like the I just don't want to call him the wolf um breaks through the theater door and is now just running to the street. Oh no, when he comes out, he bites the head off of that one detective, and
Oh yeah,
that's the head that goes rolling.
yeah. And then
So
he
now
just
he's
starts running. Yeah,
yeah, he's like, they show of course they didn't do a full body. I mean, I know they couldn't have done like a full body
you saw
one
half of it.
running. Yeah, it was like the front half of it in a wheelbarrow with somebody running behind it. But it still looked good.
Yeah,
You're just seeing the wolf, going through just running down through the street, killing people, and people are getting hit by cars. John Landis is the guy that gets hit by the car and thrown through the plate glass window.
just all carnage
Yeah,
gets unleashed after the werewolf breaks out of the porno theater,
and I
and
guess
then
he runs down a like an alley.
dead end.
Yeah, and that's when she shows up,
All the cops are showing up,
and I guess she thinks that she can
bring him out of the.
bring him out of it. She says that she loves him,
I love you, David.
and he like lunges for her, and that's when they shoot and kill him.
You know, this is funny. Like, I guess a regular bullet, they don't do the
Yeah, they
silver
did
bullet.
silver bolt. Yeah, I guess they didn't.
It's regular bullets, man. So I guess he didn't really go to the whole, werewolf mythology about they can only die with silver bullets.
Silver bolt. Yeah, I guess just like I said, this was the first like as far as I know the first like where the guy transforms into a wolf
And not a big wolf.
not just a like the wolf man where it's just facial hair grows out and you get the fangs.
Yeah. If you could rate this movie out of 10, what would you rate this movie?
I'm gonna have to I give it a 10. I
Give it
mean,
a 10.
I'm
I
sure
give
there's
I
I'm
give it
sure there's flaws. I'm sure there's flaws that I'm not like seeing just because
we see it, but we just don't acknowledge them.
because I'm such a fan of it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely give it a 10. I mean, this special effects. This was the first movie to win like an award, like the Academy Award for best makeup.
Oh, dude, I didn't know
Which,
that.
yeah, well, I mean that's the first year they had it was in '81, and it of course it won.
That's awesome.
But yeah, the special effects, like I said, the
The second movie didn't do that route. He went to fucking
no,
horrible CGI.
CGI, yeah,
And the werewolves looked so bad. Like they were hairless or something. Or I can't remember what they looked like. It's been
They
a
were
long time
if
since
they
I've seen
were
this bad.
if they were hairless, it was only because they couldn't do hair and CGI.
I want to say that I don't know. I haven't seen the movie in a while, a long time.
Right. I only watched it one time when it first came out. So.
I think the reason why I watched it and liked it so much when I was younger is I think I had a crush on the lead actress.
Hmm.
That's the only. And then I got older. I was like, this movie sucks. But the first one, man, like, what would your top three favorite werewolf films?
Top three favorite werewolves.
Yeah.
Well, this is definitely number one. Number two, I guess would have to be. I guess I would say The Howling, and I don't know what number three would be.
Let's see, there's Dog Soldiers, there's Silver Bullet, there's that Wolfen.
Wolf, and I forgot about that one.
Is
I
that
don't
about the
remember.
werewolf and the father fighting in that boy's room?
I believe so. It's been a while since I've seen that one. I actually forgot all about it.
Uh, hmm. I don't know for me, man. I don't know. Like, of course, this. Um, I really do like Silver Bullet a lot.
Yeah, Silver Bolt was good. I guess that would be number three.
And number three, man, would be I really like Dog Soldiers. I thought Dog Soldiers were pretty cool,
Yeah, I like the
pretty
way
well
they.
made
Yeah, because I mean, it had like a different.
approach.
Yeah, it
They
wasn't
look
like
like
3D.
werewolves, but they stood up like humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be this movie, then it would be Silver Bullet, and then Dog Soldiers, probably.
See, I don't know. I like the Howling. I like the first one.
I haven't
They
seen The
kind of got
Howling in a long time.
they
I'd
kind of
have to
got
watch it
ridiculous
again.
after that. I mean, they got real ridiculous after like the first one.
Oh, there's like marsupials and
Yeah. The
I can't.
Howling 3, your sister's a werewolf or something like that. I don't really remember.
Yeah, it got pretty
Maybe,
crazy.
maybe part 2 wasn't that bad. I can't remember.
Didn't Rick Baker do Waxwork? He did the werewolf for Waxwork, didn't he?
I'm not for sure. Let's see if we can find that real quick.
'Cause I remember I really liked how that werewolf looked.
I know he done the Wolfman remake.
I never saw that.
You didn't see that one with Benicio del Toro?
Uh-uh.
It was all right, I guess. Not one of my favorites, but
There's really not. I mean, there's a lot of old werewolf movies, but like newer ones. Oh wait, Ginger Snaps is a good werewolf movie. Almost forgot
oh
about
yeah,
that.
see, I forgot. Yeah, maybe that could be my number three.
You already said dog, so no, I'm joking. But yeah, Ginger Snaps. I forgot about that. That was a good werewolf film.
Yeah, apparently he all there. Yeah, he done the werewolves on the TV series Werewolf in 1980. What was it in 1988? 87 from 87 to 88. 4 episodes of Werewolf. Uh,
Ginger, Ginger Snaps. I'm sure there's more. We're just. I think I even like the how the werewolf looked in Cabin in the Woods.
yeah. Oh yeah, he done the special effects on Wolf with Jack Nicholson also, which that was a I thought that was an alright
I can't remember. It's
a
been real
werewolf
long I've seen
movie. Of
that.
course, it was more of a wolf man
Yeah.
than it was a werewolf, but it was pretty good. Granted, it was Jack Nicholson on him. You know what I'm saying? He was awesome.
Has there been any newer ones? Um, the werewolves in What We Do in the Shadows.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, have you not, dude?
Nah.
I let you borrow the movie. It's really good. They're making a spinoff of that movie about the
I
werewolf.
heard it.
It's
I was
called
gonna say I thought they were making a TV show out of it also.
No, they're making the movie, the sequel called Werewolves. They're making a TV show based off What We Do in the Shadows, but I think it's different characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then they also got another spinoff about the two. There's two like cops. They get New Zealand cops. They get called. They're called like paranormal something is what's gonna be called. And
Yeah. I think I seen the trailer for that or seen something about that one.
yeah, they're bringing a lot of offers from What We Do in the Shadows. I mean, it's hilarious, dude. Really well made. Peter Jackson helped them with the movie a little bit.
What about Cursed? Did you like Cursed?
Was that with Christina
Christina
Ricci?
Ricci, yeah.
I don't remember it. Yeah, I've only seen it one time. It's when it first came out. Don't remember. What else? What else?
What about Wolf Cop?
I have not seen Wolf Cop. Wait, I think I might have saw the first one, but I don't remember it. I'd have to watch it again. I mean, I liked what I saw. It's goofy fun.
Right.
Wolf Cop.
Yeah, I believe that's pretty much. There's other. I mean, obviously, we're not talking about like Teen Wolf.
Oh, Teen Wolf's
Um,
great. The Lycans from Underworld.
right. I just saw another one that the Trick or Treat had that werewolf story in it.
Oh, the women. Like
Yeah,
oh, that was really good.
yeah.
Really well made scene. I really liked it. Let's see. Yeah, that's only. I know we're probably missing some other werewolf films.
I was looking through a list here. I don't really see anything that stands out of like,
I think we just named all the big ones.
yeah, The Company of the Wolves. I remember seeing that one, and of course, it's like 35 Howling movies that are listed here. But yeah, American Wolf of London. I mean, like I said, my favorite werewolf movie, one of my top favorite just horror movies.
Yeah, it's not in my top two.
Just special effects were spectacular. His Jack's death scene at the beginning, gave me nightmares.
Just yeah, it has this whole evolution of him just decaying every time you see him.
That see after that it wasn't like see him sitting in the living room with his neck hanging open doesn't affect me as much as the actual death scene.
Yeah, definitely top movie, man. Definitely.
But I heard John Landis's son is supposed to remake it.
Man, his son is pretty. It's just he gets on my nerves. I think he's. I think he's a little overrated. To be honest with you,
No, I don't think I've seen anything that he's directed. I know he wrote.
he wrote American Ultra, which was a terrible movie. The only good scene in that movie was like the one shot fight scene that was done in one shot, which was good. Uh,
I don't think he directed Bright. I know he wrote it,
I never saw Bright.
but so I don't think I really. But I don't care who they get. It doesn't need to be done.
Yeah,
They don't need to
definitely.
remake it because it'll be all CGI and horrible looking. And
I know. Oh, speaking of like, well, not remakes, but we're talking about like sequels, kind of. You hear that the writers and producers are trying to make another Night of the Living Dead?
who the writers and
Yeah, the original writer, so they said. I think it's Night of the Living Dead or Return of the Living Dead is one of them. Original writer and producers or something trying to make another Night of the Living Dead.
well, I think it's still public domain. I think anybody can make it.
They're trying to make a sequel to it.
Oh, a sequel.
Yeah, sequel to Night of the Living Dead.
See, I thought that I know Romero's son was working on um, another
It's called
Living Dead
Road of the
movie.
Dead.
Yeah, I think that's the one his son is doing. I don't know if it's like a direct sequel to Night of the Living Dead or if it's just going to be. Of course, I mean none of them are really sequels. They all share the
Same universe.
yeah and the same like Night, Day, Dawn. Road of the
I'm pretty sure
Dead.
I saw it. I thought.
Yeah, I remember seeing something about his son doing I guess finishing his last movie.
I think I found it. Night of the Living Dead official 2019 from original creators. 50 years ago, says George Romero introduced the world to cinema to zombies in his classic masterpiece, Night of the Living Dead. It says, according to a statement was released saying, this was the statement that says, Night of the Living Dead first brought zombies to the silver screen in 1968. The world was unprepared for the film's flesh-starved ghouls, which resulted in a groundbreaking and commercial success, and it remains one of the most influential and sits in the Library of Congress. Written by John A. Russo and directed by George A. Romero, The Living Dead created the foundation for the five Return of the Living Dead films that gave us Tarman and his famous catchphrase, "More brains," popularizing bringing zombies horror genre in the process. Romero's Trilogy of the Dead series also owes its roots to the classic. In addition to Night of the Living Dead, it's not only credited with spawning a generation of zombie films, but all modern horror films. So yeah, there's gonna be an official sequel.
Hmm.
So hopefully it'll be good. Doubt it. I mean, it depends if it gets good, decent financing. I hope if they do make it, it's practical and not
Yeah,
CGI.
it'd be nice if they would get like Tom Savini to do the special effects. Get him and Greg Nicotero back to do it.
That'd be nice. Um, man, that would if if it gets like I said, but it gets decent amount of money to be made, it might be okay. If it's like really low budget and stuff, probably won't be that good. This will be so they wouldn't have all their resources and probably be CGI.
Did you ever watch the Night of the Living Dead 3D?
No, I did not. Did you?
No. I just
Did
wonder
you?
if it was like
I think it's
um
like a whole different movie. I think, isn't it?
yeah, I know it's like I think it's like a I know they called it Living Dead 3D, but I think it was kind of like a sequel. Like it took place kind of like I guess almost like the next day or something after,
Yeah.
and then it takes place in like a mortuary or something. And Sid Haig was in it.
I mean, I remember about it. I remember like I was like, oh, this might be cool, and I think I just lost interest or just forgot about it. Did you hear about that LeBron James is going to be producing a Friday the 13th movie?
I saw that, but I didn't know if it was how true it was.
Apparently he dressed up as Jason and during the Lakers game.
And that means he's gonna make the next movie.
He's going to produce it. Did you ever know? Did you hear about this? All right. Before Friday the 13th got canned because of the rights, the guy who wrote Prisoners, had Hugh Jackman, Jake
Mhm.
Gyllenhaal, he wrote a script for Friday the 13th, and it was going to be directed by the guy who did the Crazies remake. And well, years ago, I had this site where like this person reviews scripts and tells you about it, and you can like read them. Some of them you
Uh,
can read, and he said like the script was like awesome. That it showed three killers. It showed three people in the family: Jason's father, Jason's mother, and Jason. And each takes place in like different years, and they said it was awesome. But now that's not going to get made, which that's kind of cool to hear a little bit of backstory of Jason's father.
right, because he's never. I mean, obviously he has one, but
I think his name was Ellis,
they,
his
yeah,
father's
they
name.
as I said, they never really mention him in the movies or anything.
Yeah, but like seemed really cool. And like, I mean, it'd be nice if LeBron James, does go through this. I mean, he might have already went through this. But hopefully they use that script. Hopefully they don't have to write another one because I mean that whole idea is pretty sweet. Like I'll send you the link so you can check it for yourself. But
Okay.
it's I was really looking forward to it. I was like, man, that sounds awesome. But yeah, and then all that legal stuff happened. And then, well, actually, I think they were in production and they didn't get it off in time or something like that. Like they wouldn't be able to finish it in enough time before the rights had switched over.
Right.
So yeah, they had a
Yeah, that George Romero's last movie, which I guess his son is finishing, is called Rise of the Living Dead.
oh rise.
It's still in pre-production, according to this website.
I know his son was supposed to do Road to the Living Dead or something, or Road to the Dead. Supposed to be like a Mad Max type film with zombies or something.
Yeah,
But
see,
yeah.
they have that listed on here too. So it must be two separate movies.
Did you ever see the Leatherface prequel?
No, I did not.
I haven't either. I want to see. Have you ever seen their other movies?
What do you mean?
They did the movie Inside. You ever seen that?
No.
You've never seen Inside, dude?
Uh,
Oh man, it's one of the best horror movies. Like it's foreign. It's what, French? Oh dude, I'm gonna have to.
you
Hopefully they
said it's
have
called
it.
Inside.
Yeah, it's called Inside. And then they did another movie called Livid or something. Livid, I think. And then they did, which I never saw, but I heard it was. Some people didn't like it. I heard it was okay. And then they did this movie called Among the Living, which I enjoyed, which I thought was really good. It was pretty good. And then they did Leatherface. There are two directors, two French directors.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's a good one. I've always wanted to check out Leatherface. I've heard mixed things. Heard people liked it, heard people didn't about Leatherface.
I think the last one. I guess the last one I watched was the. I don't remember what it's called. But I remember that he ended up. There was like, I guess his sister, Leatherface's sister, and like at the end of the movie,
Oh
she
man,
became.
that
Which one was that one?
Texas or Chainsaw 3D or something. The
Maybe, I don't know.
Texas
I just
Chainsaw
remember.
3D. Dude, that movie had I never saw, but I saw like so many plot holes. Like the beginning is actually takes place like at the end of the first one. Like the cops are going to the house and they had the baby and like showed like Leatherface, like how he looked then. Like that part was okay. And they're like, we gotta hide the baby, they'll take her from us. And then it's like, modern time. And it's like the girl's like in her 20s. Like, no,
Right.
would be like in her like what 40s or 50s or something. Like the original took place in the 70s. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the last. I don't know if I even seen the one before that.
I only saw the first remake and then the second remake.
I,
That's what
I
I
don't.
stopped.
I don't guess I've seen the second remake. Which, to me, the second remake was it like a sequel to the
It was like
first remake, or was
more
it a
like the
remake?
beginning. It was a prequel, like the beginning.
See, that's why they need to stop.
Yeah.
You have a
Well, I didn't.
remake, and then you have another one that takes place before the original one.
I thought that the Hills Have Eyes remake wasn't bad. The first one.
The no, yeah, the first one was really good. I really liked it. But I mean, I didn't mind that movie being remade because
I'm not a big fan of the original, to be honest with you.
I guess it's all right for what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed the. I guess that would be one of the few. The remake was better than the original.
Yeah.
Now the sequel, on the other hand, the sequel was horrible.
I never saw the sequel. Um, is there any movies you're looking forward to seeing, man?
Well, I still got to see Halloween,
Yes, me
and
too.
and I'm really looking forward to Suspiria. I think I'm more excited about Suspiria for some reason than I was about Halloween, and I don't know why. Because I would say like Michael Myers is my favorite. Like
Slasher.
Yeah, Halloween is like that's if I was gonna rate my slasher films, which I don't know if it's even considered a slasher film, but yeah, he's like as far as like yeah, Michael Myers, Freddy, and Jason. Michael Myers is my favorite.
I'm excited for Suspiria. I've seen Halloween. It's great. Um, Overlord.
Overlord, yeah, I was gonna say that looks like it's gonna be really good.
Yeah, zombie. Closest thing Call of Duty fans are going to get for a live action,
Live
probably.
action. Yeah.
But actually, it's going to be better than Call of Duty. It's going to actually have like a real good story.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of, did you ever see that there was a trailer that came out 10 years ago called
Outpost?
Worst case scenario.
No, I've never seen it.
Okay, so I'll have to send you this trailer. You'll have to watch this trailer. Um, but like I said, this let me get a part and I'll tell you what year that I saw this trailer in. When I saw this trailer, I was like, this is gonna be the best movie ever. And then it like never came out ever. Like it just they kept saying, yeah, it's gonna they're working on it, it's gonna be out, and then it never came out. It never came out.
I guess something happened. There's a lot of stuff that like wish would have been made.
Let me see if this chat thing works here. Did that pop up on your screen there?
Let me see. Yeah, on screen here. Let's see. That was pretty creepy.
Yeah, when that thing picks up that helmet,
Yeah,
like puts it
and it
on, and
shows a whole
all
bunch of yeah. It's pretty
his
creepy.
fingers like flop over. Yeah, so like that was posted what? I don't know when the original. Well, this one says 2011, but this seems like the original post was like before that. I was like, man, I can't wait till this movie comes out. We kept hearing about it, hearing about it. So then I'm watching this other movie on Netflix. I'm like, this reminds me of that trailer, and it finally came out. They just changed the name of it. It's called Frankenstein's Army on Netflix,
Oh,
and
I-
it's really good. Like I recommend it.
those used to be called worst case scenario.
Yeah, and when it came out on Netflix, it was called Frankenstein's Army.
I want to send you that about the Friday 13th script.
Yeah, the Frankenstein's Army. It takes place in like World War II, but
Yeah,
the beginning of it's almost like a documentary. Like these guys are, so it's almost like a World War II found footage,
yeah,
but it's really good. It's got a lot of the like that guy from that first zombie or whatever that comes out of the water, and that trailer is in it, and it's just got a lot of those, like freaky looking zombies with, I guess, whatever, I don't know what you would call them. I guess steampunk zombies,
yeah. Steve,
since they have like the stuff attached to them.
I look pretty creepy.
Yeah, like I said, I just remember seeing that trailer. And I was like, man, this is like really, and like it never came out. It never came out. 10 years later, I just accidentally start watching it on Netflix.
That's funny. It's crazy, man. That it would you'd actually end up seeing it. If it was just a different name.
Right. So I guess they're making another Leprechaun movie also.
Oh yeah, I think I saw a picture of how the leprechaun.
It's gonna be on.
Uh,
I think it's just gonna be on Sci-Fi though.
oh, is it?
Yeah. But I guess there was another Leprechaun movie called Leprechaun Origins that had nothing to do with the original Leprechaun. This was actually just like a I don't know, just like supposed to be like a real horror movie about a leprechaun. But I guess this one here will be the
It's gonna be probably. You
link.
think it's gonna be like the leprechaun, like with the
Yeah,
chicken
link to
wings?
the original. Yeah, link to the original ones.
Yeah,
I guess he's back from space and the hood. So
space. I never saw those.
leprechaun in space. It was pretty bad.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. Um, it's only really horror movies. Not really that much coming out that I can think of right
No,
now.
I mean I'm looking at this list here. I was just pulling up a list of like, so they do have the American Werewolf in London remake listed here.
I'll do that.
Um, and of course, I guess they're going to change because it says as she travels to the UK with her boyfriend, Alex is bitten by a werewolf. So I guess it'll be a gender swap for that one.
Yeah.
The Blob, I guess, is getting a remake.
Oh yeah, Samuel Jackson's supposed to be in that one.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited for that.
And then Firestarter looks like it's getting a remake.
Heard about that. And I'm sure since Robert England said that he wants to make another Freddy film, I'm sure there's gonna be another Freddy film.
I don't think we need any more Nightmare on Elm Streets, but if they are going to make another one, he needs to be in it.
Well, he said he's down. He said he thinks he could do one more.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess you saw the remake, right? With
Nope,
what's his face?
I did not.
Horrible.
I do
It was
like
horrible.
Jackie Earl Haley, but I never saw the
And
movie.
again, I'm not like nothing against him as an actor, but that character needs to be Robert Englund. It can't be
Yeah,
anybody else. Anybody can play Jason, because he doesn't talk. He doesn't really
and
have like a
Michael. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, you obviously you want somebody who's you know big if that's what you're going for. Have
yeah.
like that a menacing walk or whatever. But yeah, no one else should ever play Freddy Krueger ever again. Like
I want.
if Robert England's not going to do it, then just don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't even make it.
I want him to do when he was called the Springwood Slasher. When he was,
Do like a prequel.
yeah. I mean, that's something I do like to because they do talk about it a little bit in the movies.
I don't think they could do that though because that character, if you think about it, the character is popular as like they've made him like as the movies went on, they made him more comical.
Yeah,
So basically, you would have like a movie about a this likable character who is a child molester, right? It wouldn't work. I just don't think it would work.
they'll probably change because they did change in one of the movies. Instead of making him a child molester, they just made him a child murderer.
I know, but still, you're gonna. It's right now he's a character that everybody's gonna root for. Do you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And I don't think you could do it and make
I'm
a
sure they
serious.
will.
You couldn't
Yeah,
make a serious like. I mean, they could try, but no one's gonna. You can't watch it now without seeing him with the fucking power glove on and killing somebody in a Nintendo game and all that. It wouldn't work now.
I guess we'll find out soon enough if all these movies will be made. I'm sure
Right.
we'll. Yeah, I'm sure we'll find out soon because, like I said, Ring said he's down to do one more Freddy. So is uh Heather Langenkamp her
Yeah,
name?
I heard that she would want to come back, but see, they killed her
Yeah,
character off. So
they could just like not even use the third one. Like this is the sequel to Nightmare on Elm Street
just
because
like another.
everybody hates the
Everybody hates
second
part
one.
two. Yeah,
Yeah,
with the homosexual undertones in it.
yeah, they hate it. I thought it's not a bad movie. Like the scene where he's killing everybody in the party. I really like that scene.
Yeah, I like that. Is that the one that had the creepy dog with the human face on it that looked like it kind of reminded me of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
I can't remember. It's been forever since I've seen it.
And then like his girlfriend like burns her leg, and then she has like maggots or something coming out of her. Yeah, that one's all right, I guess. Like I
Yeah,
said, he wasn't as goofy yet. I think I kind of lost interest once he started getting like goofy because then it wasn't like they weren't really horror movies. They were comedies. You might as well just say they were comedies.
yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, after the third, you said after the third one or fourth one,
Third was I don't know.
Dream Warrior.
Yeah, he got a little bit not as goofy, but he still had like the
Maybe the last
like
two was full
yeah,
blown
like
goofy.
because I mean even in the Dream Warrior he would do like like he turned into the nurse,
Oh yeah,
and then they had and he had like that's when he started getting like the punchlines or whatever,
yeah.
and it just stopped being scary at that point.
But yeah, I really can't think of anything else. Any like the other movies coming out.
That's really the
Uh,
only ones. I mean, I really want to see this new Godzilla movie.
oh yeah, Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Yeah, and
Was that
Hellboy.
what
Hellboy's coming out.
February?
I'm not sure what month it comes. It comes out this year or next year.
Comes out next year.
Yeah,
Godzilla.
and then
Same with
Hellboy comes out
Hellboy.
next year.
Yeah,
And I
yeah, I'm sure
guess
with it.
Three from Hell might be pretty good.
What from him?
Three from
Maybe.
Hell.
Who knows?
I just don't. When you watch, like, I don't understand how they survived the
Yeah,
shootout at the end of the last one, but
I bet you they escape hell or something like that.
that could be it.
I guarantee it, it's it, man.
They
We
go
just
to hell.
ruined this movie.
Yep. Spoiler warning. Yeah, that's the only thing really coming out that I just have to see Halloween Suspiria.
Oh, Happy Death Day too, or
Yeah, I never watched Happy Death Day.
I've heard it's pretty good.
I heard it was good, but I just didn't seem. I seen the trailer and I was like, well, that doesn't seem that would be able
Like
to.
a slasher Groundhog Day.
Yeah, yeah, kind of. I don't know. I may check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Oh, and you gotta check out during since it's getting the holiday season. Better watch out
Better watch it. Yes, I'll have to watch that one.
because that's gonna be a new classic for the holidays when you watch it. I tell you, it's pretty good.
All right. Was there any was there anything any good special features on the Mandy Blu-ray?
I haven't checked it out yet.
Hmm.
I didn't watch. I'll probably watch it on my day off.
I'm gonna get that I guess Sunday when I go back to work.
Yeah, dude, definitely, it'll be good. It'll be awesome. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of, man.
Yep. All right. I guess we will wrap this one up. So as always, we'll plug everything. Patreon.com/ a podcast from beneath is where you can go and chip in a few bucks and
Listen to a bunch of cool guys talk about horror movies.
yeah, get some there's some bonus episodes on there. Not bonus episodes, but bonus clips.
Get some info about movies you probably didn't know were coming out, or stuff about your favorite movies,
Yep. And of course we have t-shirts and coffee mugs for sale on our Teespring site.
and hopefully sex toys.
Maybe.
I'm joking. That'd be funny though. But
And then and then of course YouTube. We're on since the 2 episodes ago, all the episodes now will be on YouTube, so you can go there and check it out. Um, and of course, if you're listening to this, you already know about the podcasting website, so I don't need to plug that one.
and we'd like just to thank to whoever's listening. We appreciate it.
Yep. And we will do this again next week.